And you may have noticed that I didn't get an emblem then. Because again, for some reason, even though the boss fights are different, you don't get an emblem for beating the boss fight a second time.
So, that Eggman is behind all of this.
Whatever it takes, he's mine. Any objections?
Negative.
Is this the energy plant?
That red liquid is being traded at high prices.
Eggman must have plans to control the energy.
Rouge, I thought that you were just after Eggman's treasure. Why is it all of a sudden you're after Eggman? Well, granted, he just attacks us, so I guess that's a legitimate reason. But Omega, you're the one that wanted to destroy Eggman and destroy anything that stops you. So how come it's no objections to Rouge wanting to go after Eggman? I don't know why this robot still takes 3 hits. Everything else has 1. I just barely made that rainbow ring. Oh boy, the Cameron robots. Really, really annoying for Team Dark, especially in Power Plant. But pretty annoying here as well. So, Grand Metropolis, this is the first level where they actually extend the level compared to Team Sonic. Ow. It's only a small one in this case. And Team Sonic will be going through it in super hard mode. But this is the first level where it is longer, and unfortunately this level can also be pretty glitchy in one particular area. I have died in this level so many times in the same area, and unfortunately, as you'd expect, it's right towards the end of the level. And this level is pretty long. If you can get a good enough jump, which I didn't do, I'm going to try that one more time. Unfortunately, it requires you to get a good start on the moving pathway. So let's try and go down. Time wasting! And I still missed it, and I landed right onto the Cameron. You've wasted so much of my time. But hey, we're not under any sort of 5-day time limit. What happened there? What is going on in this playthrough? I missed the jump in Ocean. I missed the platform in Ocean Palace. That just happened there. For some reason, nobody could hit that robot. So many. What kind of madness is going on? I blame Maria. I don't know. Don't ask me why. I just blame Maria. Oh, what is this? Speed shoes. They exist in this game. Now they do exist for Team Sonic as well. But I think this is like the first time I've managed to actually grab any. And they do absolutely nothing. Like, I don't notice a single difference in the speed I'm going when I'm using the speed shoes. I can't even tell if they're still on. I do like the speed shoes music though. It's like a wow 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 wow. It's a Shadow light speed dash. This is really why Sega needs to get out of their one-button mentality. Fine, I'll take the springs. When you're switching characters, Shadow and Rouge both say exactly the same thing. They say, I'll take it from here. I grabbed that invincibility at the wrong time. Look at this. Hooray for invincibility that you cannot use at all. And all that's here is a Cameron. You can't do anything with them when you're invincible. I mean, you can attack them, but the invincibility won't actually damage them. Yeah, there's quite a lot of Lightspeed dash trails for Grand Metropolis for Team Dark. And like I said, there's a lot of Camerons. Look, we fought one up there. 2 in there, there's another one in here. Unfortunately, that applies to the gold Camerons in the next level as well. In fact, there's one particularly horrible section, again, right at the end. And I really mean right at the end, next to the gold ring in Power Plant, that's particularly bad. So, if you lost all of your rings during the energy storage tank, you better know to do your team blast before going out of the tank, which you're not going to know your first time round. So if you don't have rings, you are going to die right at the end, and you will do so every single time until you use a team blast right at the end. So if your meter isn't full, you're now going to have to keep doing Thunder Shoot or something like that to fill it up. Because otherwise you will get hit, and there's no avoiding it. Actually, there's 2 sections in Power Plant where you will get hit. And unfortunately, I don't know any way of stopping the first one. The one at the end, you can use Team Blast, but the other one, I don't think there's any single way of avoiding it. And it must have just been like something the developers missed, in which case, what happened to quality testing? Are we taking steps from Dimps here? We only bother testing in the really earliest levels instead of testing the later ones? I mean, I don't think so. I mean, you could still question Sonic Heroes quality testing in general. Because again, why is it so slippery? There's no reason for the characters to be this slippery when they control perfectly fine in Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. Now the actual abilities, like the somersault and everything, I found problematic, but in terms of just standard movement, the adventure games were just fine. It was just 2D Sonic in 3D. But here, everybody is ridiculously slippery and just slides all over the place, and well, that wasn't exactly what I meant by slide all over the place, but that's clearly what Omega was doing. By the way, there can be a little bit of a glitch occasionally. I don't think I've ever encountered it in this version, but I have done it in the PS2 version, where I perform Thunder Shoot, or simply switch to fly formation, and I'm moving the power character, but they're not holding on to anybody. It's like so if we're playing as Team Dark, it just looks like Omega is moving around really weirdly with his arms in the air, scraping his toes along the ground. Because for some reason we leave Shadow and Rouge behind. A simple, you can still jump like that as well. The only way to get him back is to just fly. I mean, it's simple enough, right? This is the part. Switch to fly formation. Because and that's not even the part. It's right there, right there. I get stuck there so many times, and then and because it's a loop, the characters obviously just fall straight down. I've died there so many times, and that applies to Team Sonic in Super Hard Mode as well. And it's not such a big problem there, considering the fact that there's no rankings. But you know, you die enough times, you're gonna have to start all over again. All the way back from Seaside Hill. You end up getting a game over. There is a crow outside. I don't know if you can hear that. Guys, thank you. Yeah, this level is considered... Oh, I am not going down there. This level does extend itself. This is where Team Sonic will go. That's where Team Sonic will begin. Team Dark considerably further back. So their level, their version of Grand Metropolis is considerably bigger. I don't know how they end up further back than Team Sonic, considering they all go through the exact same part of the city. Oh, I just missed. I missed. I want 1,000 points. Thank you. And I completely missed the balloon. Let's just go. I've probably spent just a bit too long in the level anyway. But let's see. You skip all this. I don't think that's enough. Oh, okay, it is enough. I thought it was 80,000. Alright, we're good. We can move on to power plants. So I get an emblem here. See, it's annoying. You could do Team Rouge first, because they're the easy mode. You'll get the emblem for the boss fights, and in the likes of Robot Carnival and Robot Storm, they'll have an easy time, and you get the emblem for that. And then if you go to Team Dark, you have a really hard time, and you won't get anything for it. I don't get that. Why don't you get the emblems for the other team's versions of the boss fights if you do it for the levels? I mean, if it's something like team battles, then okay, because they don't change at all. The only difference is the team you're fighting. But for everything else, Team Dark has a harder time. And you do have to go through those rings in fly formation, because you'll fall short. I've only ever gone through them as fly formation. I don't know if you jump in speed formation, and maybe it'll send you a bit further, because that does happen sometimes. I don't know why it happens. It's annoying when it does, but it does happen. I want to go up there. There's rings on this pulley. Try and go down or not. Up. Ascend. Anyway, power plant. Let's see if we can get 100,000. I doubt we will, because I'm trying to go through these levels pretty quickly. And to get 100,000, you need to take your time. And I'd rather this video does not go on for 30 minutes, which some of Team Dark's videos will, especially the extra missions, they will go on that long. But the only level that deserves to really be dragged out is Team Chaotic's Mystic Mansion. Well, I should say it doesn't deserve it, but it will, because that's how it works. Especially the extra mission. Yeah. Basically, unless Team Dark and Team Chaotix, regular mission is long. Extra mission is extra long. As opposed to Team Sonic and Team Rose, where it should be the opposite. Extra mission is faster. Look at all these Camerons, and unfortunately they already detect you. So you gotta watch your landing. It's very hard to do with the camera. And you can stop their attacks with the Chaos Inferno, which does result in like the radioactive ring things that they fire can just be still, completely still in the air. I think they can still damage you though. And obviously once the Chaos control is over, they'll start moving again. Don't hit that dash pad while the robots are still there. Now you can hit the dash pads. What is the point of that? I guess it's a trap! And we have gold Camerons. Again, I don't get the name. Oh boy, here we go. Right, unavoidable hits. If this ends up being the one time I avoid it. Like that is a guaranteed hit. There's no avoiding that. Like, it's like the enemy is just, the Cameron is placed just a tad too far away. So you're gonna get hit there. I don't know if there's any shield power-ups in the stage before it. So if you have a special stage key, you just lost it. And that is horrible design. It's one of two in power plants. I thought I was gonna miss that. Can we get this target switch? It's not really a switch in this case, but I don't know how a target is a switch, but they are. Switches come in a variety of forms in Sonic Heroes. I mean, I don't even know what those floating orb things are in Handcastle and Mystic Mansion. But they qualify as switches. At the very least, they're exclusive to the Spooky Castle area. Thank God I was able to use Thundershoot to grab some rings. I really don't want to have no rings around the blue flappers. Because they are my least favourite. You can get through all of these hoops, you can just go straight up. There are times where you will go through them and nothing happens. Whoa, that was close. I wish Thundershoot could destroy them. On very rare occasions, I have destroyed them with Thundershoot from a far distance. Very rarely happens though. Come on, Rouge. I'm sliding. I went through the ring. Come on. Thank you. By the way, even though it's clearly solid, okay, it's clearly solid ground beneath us, it's enough to qualify as the bottomless pit. In fact, it's an illusion, because if you fall down there, you'll go straight through the floor. Slow descending is slow. It's really one of the cases where they have that there as though it's a shortcut, but because of how slowly you descend after going through those dash rings, in order to go from dash ring to dash ring, you have to cancel Chaos Control there. If you're going dash ring to dash ring, it's just going to take longer anyway. And there's no point. Bar the occasional items located in the dash rings, which you can normally only get if you're actually beneath the dash ring when you go into it. It's like they want me to get a Team Blast. Come on. What I'm not sure about though is if the Chaos Inferno also affects the normal paths. Like these energy paths, but when they're horizontal and you're just walking along them. Like it affects the upwards ones. I don't know if it affects the other ones. I don't see why it wouldn't affect them. triple. See, again, the level 3 homing attack is absolutely broken. Like, you can take out everything. Right, got good reflexes. There we go. I guess it's not really reflexes. Right, we could grab all the balloons, but that takes forever. And all they're going to do is just fill up your flight gauge. There is an item that you can get in this game that replenishes your flight gauge. It's really not very interesting. I mean, it's worth points, so if you want points. But it's generally just the slow way, because flying is so slow in this game. Like, it's even slower than Sonic 3. It's slower than Sonic Chaos, and how do you do that? You may hear the occasional noise also coming from upstairs. Anyway. Any other noises you hear will likely be the TV, because this TV is really loud. It's one of the problems with using the external mic. Like, I can hear this very clearly. I got hit in the air! And that is an alternative way to get through there. You generally got to try and actually get all the rings, obviously, and try not to get hit by the robots that are shooting at you. Kind of hard to do when you're uncontrollably lightspeed dashing or going through hoops. Yeah, I got this TV on level 1 and I can hear everything very clearly. 1. That is how loud this TV is. Shadow? Oh, I can't do chaos control when rockets excelling apparently. Really is it helps. The Chaos Inferno does help you when you're trying to grab all of the power cores. Anyway, I really shouldn't have used Chaos Inferno there actually, because this section actually is a place where you want to have a full team blast when you get to the top. Because otherwise, unavoidable damage. I hate unavoidable damage so much. And unfortunately, that's what we're going to have to do. So, I see this as the perfect opportunity to try and showcase a glitch. The Team Blast glitch. Something that can be done in every console version. Apparently you can't do it in the PC version. But in all the consoles, there is a glitch that will build up your Team Blast meter nice and quickly. But it can be quite tricky to do, and I hope you don't mind continually hearing the characters say their quotes, saying, I'll take it from here. But because that liquid doesn't go up any higher than this, what you want to try and do is you want to switch characters and perform, like that, and switch characters and perform Thundershoot at the same time. The AI won't know what to do, and that will cause them to become really shiny like that, or whatever it was. And that will build up your Team Blast gauge for some odd reason. But yeah, there should have been there was probably 3 Camerons up there. I'm pretty sure it's not just very hard. I'm pretty sure it's not just super hard mode, and they're not there for Team Sonic. But we didn't get anywhere near 100,000. But because there's 3 of them, and they technically know you're there. Even when you haven't actually hit the spring yet, they know you're there. They'll be continually firing those blasts, and chances are they're all firing at different times.
Man, who are those creeps over there?
What's up, SBO?
And you are...
Just what do you think you're doing here?
Who's this broad?
our client's adversary, perhaps.
You mean the bad guys?
You guys don't fool me. I know what you're after. Better stay out of my way.
What have we done? What have they done to showcase that they're going after Eggman's treasure, Rouge? How does that the first thing that comes to your mind?
Alright, then let's do it!
So Rouge just decides they're here. They must be after Eggman's treasure. They're not in a flying car, therefore they are not a citizen. So if I die in a team battle, SBO makes some really weird noises when he gets hurt. Like, no. I can't even do it. But anyway, that's that. Team battles are exactly the same with each team. No differences at all. Other than the team you're fighting. It's still 30 seconds. It still wastes 7 of those seconds on the intro. Why does the timer need to go on the intro?